great show has to have some great moments. We've compiled a list of the most epic and badass scenes that make Lucifer stand head and shoulders above the competition. So, without further ado, here are the 10 best moments in Lucifer all seasons. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10. Lucifer finds his wings. When Lucifer first started, we didn't really know what the show would be about. Sure enough, we found out that it was all about the psychology behind the terrible father-son relationship, and the story of acceptance by the parents takes on some epic proportions. So, because of his disobedience, Lucifer was cast out of heaven and made the eternal ruler of hell. To do this, God cut off his wings and sent him spiraling down the fiery pits of hell. But after an eternity spent in damnation, a man has to find ways to entertain himself, right? Well, that's why he came to LA. He wanted to have a good time, but was also on a quest to find his wings. After the whole fiasco, with the auction and a few kills along the way, Morningstar found what he was looking for. Even though he had to be beaten and stranded in a desert to get them, when he stood in the middle of the sandy terrain as the camera zoomed out, we got chills down our spines. That's what you call a season ending. Number 9. Lucifer vs. Maze. Man, whatever you do, don't leave Mazikeen. She can throw a serious punch. I mean, with God being the first most powerful being in the universe, Lucifer is the second, and she sure gave him a good run for his money. Here's how it all went down. Lucifer told Amenadiel and his mother that he would be returning to heaven, but he just wanted to play out his angle. This meant that Mazikeen would be left alone on Earth, and we all know how much people like being abandoned and used for someone else's selfish desires. That's why our dear old Lucy got a bloodied face and more than just a few kicks in the groin. But the best part came in the end. When they went to Dr. Linda, she just blatantly told Lucifer that he's a selfish prick that left his only real friend to rot alone. And judging by his reaction, you could see that he didn't want to hurt her. He was just unaware of her feelings, which is much worse. Number 8. Lucifer vs. CAIN. From one awesome fight scene, we move down to the next. This one marked the season 3 finale. Here, CAIN was the main villain, the biblical character that smashed that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, he was the character that caused all sorts of trouble, first with Chloe and then with Lucifer. When Chloe fired a bullet at him, she got one back in her chest. Luckily, Lucifer protected her with his wings. Despite being able to protect her, because Chloe was in his hands, he felt the pain of every bullet that was fired at him. He quickly escaped to the roof, left Chloe there, and came back to CAIN. They had some unfinished business, wink wink. Now, CAIN and his men were up against all of Lucifer's might. No bullet could wound him, and no punch or kick could do him any harm. After emptying an entire magazine in his chest, CAIN resorted to one of Maze's blades to kill Lucifer. And we all know how that ended, don't we? Number 7. The Nude Party. Hedonism doesn't even begin to describe the pleasures of the flesh that Lucifer likes to indulge himself in. And this is the perfect example of what we mean. While solving one case in season 4, Chloe had to interrogate some of the people at a party. However, there was a problem. You see, this was a nude party, and anyone wanting to go in had to strip down and strut around in their birthday suit. Even though Chloe refused and wanted to get a warrant, Lucifer had no problem showing us his butt and that Adonis-like body. For about 4 minutes, we got to see naked people walk around on the screen and Lucifer chit-chatting with them, completely disregarding the fact that he's buck-ass naked. Anyways, we're never going to be the ones complaining about Lucy Snack. Number 6. Lucifer meets God. We already told you that Lucifer Morningstar and the Almighty God don't really get along, but the way that the show introduced him makes their whole encounter that much better. You see, Lucifer was told that there's someone in the hospital that calls himself God. Curious, he went in to find out what his problem was. They were in a mental hospital, so having a few people suffering from grandiose delusions isn't uncommon. Lucifer didn't believe him at first as he tried to make God tell him all the sins, but after realizing that he is the actually Almighty Father, he punched him dead in the face and knocked him out. After asking him to apologize, these two got along quite nicely. Number 5. Scaring the hell out of the street preacher, literally. Come on, you know we just had to include this moment in the show. This was the defining moment that made us adore Lucifer from the very first season. When a charlatan street preacher was telling people on the street that Lucifer is the most evil being in existence, the devil happened to walk by. And yes, he gave this man a little glimpse of what Satan really looks like. Needless to say, the man ran away terrified by the fact that he saw the devil's face. Also, this scene was made better because it was the first time we saw Lucifer's real face.
Have you seen the face of the devil?
Oof, every morning in the mirror, pal.
Number 4. Lucy's family problems. Hey, everyone has them, and it's not Lucy's fault he was born in a dysfunctional family. When his mother wanted to go back with him and Amenadiel to exact her revenge, Lucifer had to stop her. He saw that she would only do more harm than good by rebelling against father. That's why he used the fiery sword to cut through the universe itself. The hole was a portal to an alternate dimension, and it was there that his mother would get a new start. Not by going back to the man that treated her like scum. Hey, we didn't know that the Bible was a telenovela.
So it's time for you to move forwards, Mum.
Number 3. Lucy's bar FISCO. When Lucifer and Eve walked into a shady bar, asking one of the regulars to hand over the necklace she had stolen, you pretty much know how the whole thing would turn out. Lucifer took on the entire bar, but he started with the guy that had the taser. Eve was always helping, but she couldn't do much, and that's when Lucy stepped in, shot a guy in the face with a drinking glass, and used a pool ball to smash another drinker's face. After that, Chloe walked in, and he got a pool stick through the shoulder. Number 2. Lucifer and Amenadiel versus Michael and Maze. The most epic fight that happened in Season 5 was between the 4 most powerful characters on the show. Lucifer and Amenadiel were up against Michael and Maze, who Michael had convinced that Lucifer had been lying to her about the soul. When you have shattered glass frozen in time, some explosive punches, and celestial beings with wings, you know that you're going to have a legendary fight. And to top it all off, God came in at the last moment to stop it all.
Children, you know I hate it when you fight.
Number 1. You don't mess with the King of Hell. Even though the scene with God was grandiose, it still can't beat the Season 4 finale. That's when a demon from hell, using the body of Father Kinley, organized a rebellion against the Lord of Darkness. As always, Chloe walked in at the worst possible moment, and that's when Kinley released the demons from hell to take her. Seeing no other way to save her, his thunderous voice filled the room as his red demonic wings covered spread in the air. Hearing, "Stop, now bow down to your king," sent shivers down our spine. On top of that, every single demon left Earth and returned to hell just because Lucifer said so. Now, that was epic. On a related note, what do you think about the devil? Is he good or bad? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.